Hello, I am news reporter Avery, and I will be talking about the recent outbreak of Lyme disease and how you can prevent and lower your chances of getting infected, straight from the CDC. To begin with, Lyme disease bacteria can cause human infection in the United States and is spread to people by black-legged ticks. The bacteria that cause Lyme disease in the United States, Borrelia burgdorferi and rarely B. mayonnaise, are spread to people through the bites of infected ticks. The black-legged tick, or deer tick, Oxode scapularis, transmit infection in the northeastern, mid-Atlantic, and north-central United States. The western black-legged tick transmit infections in areas along the Pacific coast. Lyme disease can be prevented by avoiding tick bites and promptly removing ticks. The percentage of ticks that are infected ranges from none to over 50%, depending on the area and life stage. Black-legged ticks are found in most areas of the southeastern United States. In general, infected ticks must be attached for more than 24 hours to transmit infection. Prompt tick removal can prevent transmission. Infected ticks are found most commonly in forested areas in the northeastern, north-central, and mid-Atlantic states. And in smaller areas with Pacific Coast states, it is important to do a tick check after you've been outside, especially in woodsy areas with tall grass. Black-legged ticks have a 2 to 3 year life cycle. During this time, they go through 4 life stages: egg, larva, nymph, and adult. After the egg hatches, the larva and nymph each must take a blood meal to develop to the next life stage, and the female needs blood to produce eggs. Larval and nymphal ticks can become infected with Lyme disease bacteria when feeding on an infected wildlife host, usually a rodent. The bacteria are passed along to the next life stage. Nymphs or adult females can then spread the bacteria during their next blood meal. Female ticks infected with Lyme disease bacteria do not pass the infection to their offspring. Deer are a source of blood for ticks and are important to tick survival and movement to new areas. However, deer are not infected with Lyme disease bacteria and do not infect ticks, nor can it be spread to those that may eat deer meat. People may be bitten by black-legged ticks carrying bacteria from spring through the fall. From April through July, nymphs are actively questing for hosts in the environment, and in early spring and fall seasons, adults are most active. Nymph ticks pose a particularly high risk due to their abundance and small size, which makes them difficult to see. Lyme disease patients are often not even aware of a tick bite before getting sick. Adult female ticks can also transmit the bacteria, but are most likely to be noticed and removed before transmission due to their large size. Some symptoms include a rash that can sometimes also look like a bullseye, fever, chills, muscle pains, headache, and fatigue. Although dogs and cats can get Lyme disease, there is no evidence that they spread the infection directly to their owners. However, pets can bring infected ticks into their home or yard. Consider protecting your pet through the use of tick and tick-borne disease prevention products for animals, as well as checking your pets for ticks to prevent them from getting Lyme disease. Now, let's hear more about the data and numbers directly from the CDC. Over 89,000 cases of Lyme disease were reported to CDC by state health departments and the District of Columbia in 2023. This number reflects cases reported through routine national surveillance, which is only one way public health officials track diseases. Recent estimates using other methods suggest that approximately 476,000 people may be diagnosed and treated for Lyme disease each year in the United States. This number likely includes patients who are treated based on clinical suspicion but not actually have Lyme disease. Lyme disease has been a nationally notable condition in the United States since 1991. Reports of Lyme disease are routinely collected and verified by state and local health departments in accordance with their legal mandate and surveillance practices. After removal of personal identifiers, selected information on cases is shared with the CDC through the National Notifiable Disease Surveillance System, also known as NNDSS. Policies regarding case definitions, reporting, confidentiality, and data releases are determined by the state and territories under the surveillance of the Council of State and Territorial Epidemiologists. Surveillance data have a number of limitations that need to be considered in the analysis, interpretation, and reporting of results. From this data, you can see how Lyme disease affects mainly the male population and the older population is the most at risk. Be careful in these upcoming months while spending time outside.